Good morning, everyone. My name is Jen, and I wanted to talk to everybody about our world, the way our country is being right now. I have a lot of time now on my hands. I sit home now, which sucks for me, but it's the way of my life from working as hard as I have most of my life. But this video is not about me. I wanted to talk about how we all feel about our economy, our gas prices, just all of our problems in as a whole, not as a left or a right, because I've sat back and watched, and all that is conflict. What we need is neutral. We need to come together and figure out how we can fix solutions without sides. Will that be easy? No, there'll be so many challenges. But as an tired American, as I'm sure millions of us are, there's got to be a better way to live than the way we are right now. None of us will ever always agree with every president, and I'm not knocking any of them. They've all tried, going by their views, but they've tried. And there's been a lot of good, but there's also been a lot of bad. What can we all do to change it? I don't want to talk about different issues now. I would like to do that have a video on each problem as it's individually its own, and ask, how can we all make this better? Today, and I will touch on these subjects, but not really go into depth. Our economy. The generations before, you could grow up, move out of your house, find a place that's affordable, go to a regular job, come home, and survive. Now this generation, these kids can't move out because they can't afford the cost of the rent unless they have friends. And it's not bad to have friends move in with you, but you grow up and you want that independence. You want to move out, start your own life, be on your own. But now you need people to move in with you to do that. That's not your independence. That's just going from one house with people in it to another instead of doing things for yourself. We want to focus on our children. But how can parents do that when now they have to take 2 and 3 jobs just to keep the bills paid, just to buy the little bit of food that they can buy? Because God knows, you go to the store now, you get 2 bags of food, and you're paying $70-$80. It's hurting all of us. Is there easy fixes? I don't think there are, but I don't know. None of us are in the office of the presidency or the houses that help pass the bills to know exactly what is the problems and how can they be fixed, or what solutions could we actually think of that possibly could help ease the burden. We're all hardworking people. We work every day. We're tired every day. Mothers are now working 2 and 3 jobs, and they still have to go home and be a mom. Our jobs never stop. But fathers work, and they can't even come home and want to spend time with their families because they're so exhausted. There has to be a neutral way. And I believe there is. The problem is it's an uphill battle. To not be a left or a right, we would all have to start rethinking the way we think. And I've done that. I've sat back and I've watched how this world is. Do I approve of everything that any president says? No. I used to think I was a party. But then I started looking at it from an outsider perspective. We need a change. But a lot of us need to stand up to make that change. It's not, yes, they always say one person can make a change, and they can. They can start. But I believe it takes a unity of people to make changes, not just one person. Our government needs to be completely restructured. We need people to stop thinking that this is in the best interest and that's in the best interest, and start asking us solutions. What can we do? Look at the problems, see what hurdles they are, and throw out opinions. What can we do to fix this? What can we do to fix that? Is there an easy way? Well, what hurdles would we have to cross? It's hard to live here these days, because you're having to choose and pick what to pay, what to buy, just to survive. And I know many of us are feeling that. I thought long and hard for weeks and days before putting this video out because I wasn't sure if I should go this route or if this was the right way. But then I thought, we're all Americans. We all have the right to freedom of speech. I'm not looking on here to debate. I'm not looking on here to argue. Not everyone's even going to like what I have to say. But someone has to start talking. Someone has to maybe bring up the subjects that people don't want to talk about. Religion, politics, it's all taboo. God forbid we speak about any of those things because it starts arguments when it shouldn't. We should be able to talk to each other, open-minded, share our views and our opinions without others getting mad. But we live in such a judgmental world, and it's sad. We all need to start working together. The only time I've seen people work together, and I could be wrong, I'm just a person, is when tragedy strikes. When tragedy strikes, people rally, people come together, people do what needs to be done to help one another. Wouldn't that be nice if we done that all the time? If we thought of each other all the time and not just as ourselves? Yes, we do have to take care of ourselves and our family. That is our first priority. But look at what the world has become. Each year it seems to be getting worse and worse to where we're exhausted. We're tired. All we're doing is working. And for what? So our families could survive. But our families need us to be there too. We need to be able to have family time. I feel like family time doesn't exist for a lot of us anymore. Now, I'm not knocking rich people. Some people were born into money. Some people had to work real hard to become successful. And that's wonderful. But no matter the money situation, whether you have money or not, we need to care. We need to care about others. We need to stop. And like I said again, I'm not knocking none of the presidents. We don't know what they're doing. We don't know if they're trying real hard. We don't know how hard they're trying. But things just don't seem to be getting fixed at all.